Hello and welcome to this week's riveting art video. Today I really want to make something kind of spooky, perfect for Halloween. In fact, I am really inspired by this Inktober drawing I did in 2019. This little tiny little Halloween pattern mandala sort of thing. So I'm gonna do this, but even bigger and better. I think the first thing I want to do is find my center on this paper. I haven't decided if I want to digitize this drawing. I think I'm going to start by just making it and then see how I feel. Today I have a couple of art supplies with me here. I have my Pentel Quick Click pencil. I actually really love this pencil. It's just really nice. It gets really dark when I need it to when I'm drawing and stuff. Of course, a ruler. I have a compass. I don't know what brand this was. I just got it from a hobby store. I've got my Micron pens as well as one Le Pen drawing thingy here. And I think this is all I'll be using today. Oh, one other thing I need to add. So I'll also be using a jelly roll or gel pen. What I really like about this one is this circle in the middle. So I think I want to definitely start with a circle. I'm really bad at using a compass, I'm not gonna lie. I also want to do a couple of points very, very lightly. These are all just kind of marks for me to know if everything's even. I think it's nice when drawings have a little bit of character. Like I'm doing it by hand, it doesn't need to be perfect. If I wanted it to be perfect, I would do this initial sketch on digitally, but I kind of don't want it to be perfect, but I do need some guidelines to help me get it as close as I can. And then I think just as another guideline, I'm gonna separate this out even more. Some beautiful guidelines to assist me. I think I want to do the pumpkin in the middle, similar to this pattern that I have, just because pumpkins are symmetrical, but they're a little more complicated, and so having to draw them over and over again is not something I necessarily want to do. So let's start there, doodling my little pumpkin. One thing I think I want to do different with this pumpkin is that I want to give it a little jack-o'-lantern face. This drawing is almost a Inktober warm-up. Get back comfortable with my pens and stuff. Little pumpkin eyes. See, adding in these little details, even just giving the pumpkin a face, or some things that I wasn't able to do on this one just because it was so small. But now that we're working with bigger pieces of paper, I can do more things. I'll probably add in some patterns around the pumpkin, but I'll do that with the white gel pen, I think. I also really love the bats on this. I felt like they really helped with the contrast, so I'll do some bats on here as well. I'll start with these little carrot shapes and then add the wings. Something I definitely want to add to this one that I didn't have on the original was a little black cats or something. And bat wings are pretty satisfying to draw, honestly. Having this line here helped me realize that these wings were off. Ooh, this is a bad wing. There we go. So they're not super consistent, but they're close enough, which is kind of the vibe I'm going for. I feel like if I want to put a little a bigger cat head in, I need to do that next. Put in the big elements and then fill it in with smaller things like the candies and candy corn, little lollies and stuff. For the cat heads, maybe I'll use my compass, or do I have any circles around here I can trace? This is an oval. Oh, that might be cute. Get a little oval shape in there. For the cat head. Put little cat ears. Alright, so I need a little something to put right here. I was thinking maybe ghosts, because these are gonna be full dark. This is gonna be full dark. I need something lighter. Yeah, I guess I'll do the ghosts here. Okay. So far so good. I kind of want a couple things, something that comes intercedes this layer and this layer. Right now it kind of feels like burp, burp. I should have written down some Halloween things. So I can do a little candy that like a little candy like that. Lollipop like this. I don't know if I like the lollipop. I think it's gonna be like a pain to draw. Potion bottle, liquid in it. Maybe a cork. Kind of like this. Obviously we have a candy corn. Ooh, skull. That's a good one. And then maybe even just like little bones. So if this is solid black right here, would it be cool if there's like bones that are overlapping it? And then like on this side, obviously it's outlined, and then on here, you know what? I kind of like the bones. Let's do that. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. Let's see. That one's way too short compared to the others. Yeah, I'll leave it for now and see how I feel later. So I don't know if I want to draw my skull at like an angle like that, or if I want to do it like more straight on. Probably straight on. I feel like trying to like keep the symmetry. I think I might want to trace something else for consistency's sake. Let's see. Can we use this again? I mean, it's kind of the size I want. Just for the top of the head. And then we just kind of sketch under. Do my 1, 2, 3. Kitty cat cam. There you go, my lady. One, two, three. Okay, now just put the little faces on my skeleton. I could fit like a potion bottle right here on each of these 4 corners, and then maybe fill in the little areas with candy corn. A little circle on all 4 corners. So I have my circle, right? I add a little spout on the top, and then a little like lip. I put in a rectangle to be like the cork, and then I don't go all the way to the edge of the circle. I go just past it, a little blob, and then a little splash. So I'm like really happy with this foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink it in like a fast forward time-lapse thing, and I'll come back to you guys once I have it inked and talk to you about it a little bit more then. So I finished my fine lining. I'm pretty happy overall with how it came out. I'm going to digitize it, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I have this really cool app. If you own the Adobe suite, then you have access to this app as well. And I don't see enough creators using it, so I definitely want to like let you guys know about it. So I'm going to cut to a screen capture of me doing that, and then I'll probably show you guys me coloring it. This first screen capture here is me using the app Adobe Capture. It is a very streamlined way of taking a drawing, particularly like a black and white drawing or a line drawing, and turning it into a vector image. This particular image didn't turn out super perfect because it was having a hard time picking up all the little lines in the cat's faces. But that actually didn't bother me too much because I knew that might be an issue, so I took another Adobe Capture picture of it not too long before this one, before I did all the lines. Once you use this app a couple times, you start to realize what sort of things work and show up and what sort of things don't. So I kind of already had an idea that those lines wouldn't show up. I just didn't take a screen capture of me doing that, but here I did take a screen capture. It's pretty user-friendly, it's really convenient, and when you upload it and save it, it goes right into your Creative Cloud library. So if you're an Adobe person, you know exactly what that is. It makes it super convenient to just open Photoshop, open Illustrator. All your library assets are right there. You drag it in. You don't even need to open a file explorer. So it is great. Next, I'm using an app called Snapseed. It is honestly the best photo editing situation on my phone that I have found. I learned about it from another YouTuber, Pipa Santos, and she recommended it, and it's changed the game. The best feature on here, if I were to shout out one feature, is using this selective tool. If you notice in the corners, they're a little dark. However, the center of the image is just the right exposure. And so I wanted to go in and lighten up just those corners and not the whole image. And by using this selective tool, I am able to do that, and it is a game changer. If you've ever taken a photo of your art and like it's in a notebook and so the corners of it slide down and there's a shadow, this app will fix it for you. The only thing I forgot to do was heighten the sharpness, but I ended up going and fixing that before moving on to my next step. Wanted to show you guys the final product of both methods of exporting out this artwork. On the left we have the vector image that I took into Photoshop and colored, and on the right we have the picture of the artwork that I then put into Photoshop and cropped out around. So on the picture on the right you really see the strokes of like the pen I used. You see like the texture of some of the shading I added. On the left everything is very flat and digital. Of course I can add texture and shading and stuff on the left one as well, but I'm really curious to hear which one you guys liked more. I personally preferred the one on the right. It has all those little details I added in with the pens and stuff, and I actually ended up putting it up on my Redbubble so that you guys can purchase it on some things. I also will have a print of it up on my website. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's riveting art video. I hope you guys really like how this drawing turned out. I will have some prints of it available on my website by the time this video comes out next week. We jump right into Inktober videos, so if you like this style of drawing, be sure to subscribe so you guys can not miss a single Inktober video.